Hello everyone and welcome back to an episode of City Bus Manager with me, Tops. Well, last episode we left off, we were focusing mainly on this depot, which we've maxed out on Rivers Road. Now, we're $500,000 in debt so far today, but I want to try and get some more bus routes operational. Now, I have looked at some things that we've been doing. There is some bus routes that I've altered and changed just so they run better, as well as utilizing this tunnel here, which I will say at the moment it's not 100% operational in the game due to the fact that it's still saying it's not connected here, but it is working nonetheless in one direction but not the other direction. So I've done some alternates for that, but as we're getting into this right now, I'm just going to pause it. We're going to go straight in. I've added in this SL1, the Super Loop 4 bus, which is running from today from the Rivers Road depot, and it is running from here, being Canary Wharf. I do need to upgrade some of these terminuses, and it goes round through the Blackwell Tunnel to obviously the O2, Woolwich North, Greenwich North, down, and I know it doesn't really actually stop at these stops, but for how it works in the depots, the Superloop buses in itself, yes, they are express routes, but to get the best coverage for the game and the map, I have to add extra bus stops in. So basically, it goes round through where I think there's like an IKEA here, and it goes straight down to this section. So technically, this section here is an express from there to there, rather than all the buses going down this section this way. And then it obviously goes round through Lee and to Grove Park, and this one's already upgraded. Some of them, this side's not upgraded, but the Superloop 4 I've implemented. I've also done an update on the 129, which currently is still only running this route here, which is Lewisham to Greenwich North. However, I've now extended it to the south side of here to London City Airport, and then through here up to here, which needs it's Galleon's Reach, but it's the stop after Galleon's Reach it stops at. That needs upgrading. However, this section of the route won't be operational until, well, tomorrow, being Saturday. Now, because of how this section works, to come through the tunnel, it goes this way. So it goes up and then straight this way. Straight through the tunnel, and then back up to here. From here, if it's going the opposite way, it has to go through the previous tunnel that goes to the left side, and then it just drives around and connects back up this way. It's annoying. There's nothing we can do just because this little section isn't connected up together in the map, but we've implemented the route either way. It does add extra 5 minutes, so by the time it gets here, it's not going to be able to turn around, but it's running out of the Rivers Road depot from now instead of this depot. So it means we're going to free up some buses on here to possibly put some extra more routes in down here, which we have obviously a mass amount of bus routes, to be fair. There's so many more bus depots to do. Today's episode, we are probably going to be doing Croydon's depot, but I'm going to let the game run right now because it's the start of the day. And if we have a look at our schedule, that is now all fully operational. If you have a look at today's schedule, Rivers Road, we are, and if we go to tomorrow even, all depots. To be fair, we can go Monday, because Monday will probably give us a better outlook on 12,000 assignments for the buses. No, not 12,000, 1,200, 1,244 assignments for buses. On a Rivers Road depot, we're very much able to utilise more on here, is the hope. Obviously, Modern Wharf is going to probably be a few buses that are not being as utilised as we would hope. But I want to add some more bus routes up here, and there's another depot over here, which at the moment we can add a few bus routes in and see how that goes for Monday. Probably going to add the D buses, which is the D3, the D6, the D7, and the D8, which are all basically focused around this area roughly, and in this area here as well. So it gives more coverage in this general vicinity, which is going to be better for us. And obviously, by the time it comes to the end of the day, we're going to have our new bus stops upgraded and installed, and have the new bus routes fully operational, hopefully, for Monday. But yeah, we're going to be going over the weekend, like I say, and with that, we don't have any more buses to purchase for Rivers Road, but we will have money to create a new depot. So I'm going to pause it here. We're going to start adding in these extra bus routes, and just periodically run through the day and see where we get to. But yeah, we're going to run and get the D3 up first, and get that implemented, and I'll walk you through all the different bus stops we had when we add them. So with that all being said, I will be back in a few moments' time with new bus updates. And we are back. So we have completed the updates of adding the extra bus routes up into this network. If we have a look over here, we have the D3, which we've implemented from over here, Orchards Place, around up into Bonar Road, whatever area this is. That has been implemented, and that will be running from tomorrow. We've also added in the D6, which is from this Asda all the way up to King's Edward Road, again up here, carrying on around this area. The D7, similar start location, but obviously up here, goes round the outside through Canary Wharf and up to Miles End Station, which is very good. The D6, which is another one from Asda, goes left and then through there all the way up to Stratford bus station, which is another great bus route. And yeah, that's all the D buses. We've added in a few more, just so we would fill up areas over here. We've added in a 300, another Rivers Road bus route, which is from Canning Town up to this area over here, just so it adds another route in. And then we've added in the 309, which is from Canning Town all the way back up to this Bonar Road area. But that's going off the West Ham depot, being it right next to the West Ham depot there, and it works. There was the 115, which I looked into, but if we have a look at our schedule for Monday at Rivers Road, I've had to save and reload, so we might be able to get it in. I'm not 100% though, so we're gonna hold off on it for now because we've got enough money to finally come down and implement this Croydon depot. Now, I probably should have done this before I started coming back to the recording, but I'm going to find the bus garage and the location for the Croydon bus garage, because there's a few. South Croydon and North Croydon. Now, when I've actually searched up Croydon, I've only looked at one that I can actually fit the bus routes in. And I've actually got bus routes already for them. So we're going to go to the Go Ahead route depot in Croydon. Just looking for where it is on the map. So it's left of Croydon. And I want to say up here. I think it's up here. So Beddington Cross, let me zoom in on the map. Oh, I've lost where we are. There was Bennington Cross. Bennington Cross there. I think this is the depot. Yeah. So I did a thing. So yeah, this is the depot right here. So let's get that plonked down. We do the 200 and then we do the upgrades after. So let me do this. Let me get it named up. So this would be... So it's Croydon. And the initials for it is C. So our first singular initialed depot. Now, I've got a sneaking suspicion. Yeah, I do that and it upgrades it for free. There's a bit of a glitch still where if you upgrade it in one area but not the other area, it just gives it you for free. But yeah, get the colouring in. So we've got 25 in. I need to now get... So we've got 25 bus slots in here. I need to now get 38 individuals hired. So let me get all them, and I'll be back in a few moments' time when these are all in and they're all started to get trained as well. And we're back. So they should now go on to training, which they are. We've got a lot more novices than we do trainees, so that's a better start for us. And obviously the Croydon depot is just out there. We will probably come back. There's one bus route I want to add on this straight away, but we've already got it operational out of another depot. I just want to figure out where it is from here. It was actually from Croydon, yeah. So the 119 is going to be out of this depot. If we have a look at if we do edit timetable, we do easy mode, it should say for tomorrow what the... So we need 6 buses, I think, for tomorrow. Even so, we should be able to get some of the buses ready to be operational tomorrow. And actually have that operational from, well, as soon as we start getting buses in. So, with that being said, I'm just going to save up some money, like we do. I need to actually get the numbering scheme for this, because I think this is like our 800s. It is. So, I'm going to... just copy the number for there. So these will be... This is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's our 10th depot, but our 8th non-tourist depot. Because we've obviously got one tourist depot, which is what we're going to do. So we now just need to look at getting a cheap bus, which is... That one's perfect. So let's just go send offer. Accepted it straight away. And we've got it. So that is going to be our 800th double or 500 EV. So DL being double large. So DLO 800. And all we have to do is click these 3, get them upgraded. We should be able to paint it pretty quickly. That'll get repaired overnight. Do I have any other... So there's not any other second-hand buses to get just yet, but we've got our first bus in that depot, which is the main point of what we're doing. And yeah, we're focusing on this depot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 buses I want to get on this depot, starting from... Well, to start at least from Monday, which the 25 buses should cover. But the first one is we want to move over the 119 because it's an already functional, already operational route. We just want to get it moved over to the correct depot, with that this being the correct depot the 119 runs out of, which will free up some space in Orpington for possible other routes. Or a possible other route, which we don't think we need right now. We want to focus more on the Croydon area and adding buses to the Croydon depot. The Super Loop 6 is definitely a bus that we're going to be implementing as well. But like I say, for the time being, I want to get at least the amount of buses in that we need to run the network or the 119 over the weekend, and maybe even the Super Loop for Sunday, and then get them all operational, obviously, fully on the Monday. But yeah, like I say, that's the first bus. We don't have enough for us. We can buy 3 brand new ones to get them all in, get them all numbered up. There we go. It takes a while for some to come into the depot, but let's get all these numbered up. So 01, DL0801. 02, and just keep on doing this. DL0802. 03, and then we need to get up to, we need to get 2 more basically. Then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need, yeah, 2 more. And then we'll be able to shuffle over the buses for tomorrow to run perfectly out of this depot. And obviously the more buses we have operational out of Croydon and around Croydon, the better off it is for us in the long run. So, yeah, like I say, let me just save up some money, get some more buses on the depot, at least 2 more buses on the depot, and then I can actually just shuffle over the 119 in the evening, and we'll all be good. And we are back. So it's just past 10 p.m. at night. We've got 16 buses now in this depot. Which obviously means that some bus drivers will still be, well, they won't be advanced before they get out on the road, but we've been able to sort out the bus times for tomorrow and the schedule for tomorrow and everywhere. We have included the Super Loop 6, which now runs every day. We've added in the 119 to this depot, and we've also got a bit of a school trip booked on this depot as well, just because it's the closest depot to the location and they need like 90 odd passengers, and obviously the tourist buses only have a maximum of 88. So I've been added this to this depot and it's just fine, it works, it's great. But yeah, all these buses are ready. I'm probably not going to be able to buy any more buses today, but being able to buy 16 in one day is kind of a crazy amount. And if we obviously look at out here and we look at income, 1.5 on the day is not bad whatsoever. Revenue is over 3 million and expenses is 1.5 as well. So when it comes to tomorrow, we're gonna when it comes to Monday, we're gonna be optimized so much that we're making. I didn't even realize we'd broke the 3 million a day revenue mark. Environmental rewards are pretty good. Subsidies is very good. We're lacking on the passenger fines, which at one point we were like 120,000 and now we're 106,000. So we're probably going to have to focus a lot onto getting those numbers up of our inspectors and then training them up as well. So that'll probably be coming in future episodes to do that. But right now, I think I've run out of time this week for this video. But we've started off on the Croydon depot. We've completely finished up on the River Road depot, so adding a lot more bus routes up north. We've added the Super Loop 4, we've added Super Loop 6. We've added the D3, 6, 7, 8, as well as the 300, the 309. We've extended the 129, which from tomorrow will be operational. Obviously, we're not able to see it today, but Monday is going to be another big day for us. It's going to be, we're just constantly adding more and more buses. The Croydon depot as well, like I say, we're probably going to get this maxed out Saturday, Sunday, that's about 25 people. I already have 2 more bus routes that I want to get implemented from here, which belong to this depot, being the 264 and the 450. I then have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more bus routes that I want to try and implement on that will be based out of this Croydon depot for the time being until we get that actual depot fully get the depots that they're attributed to fully operational. I've got 3 possibilities of adding more buses, 4 possibilities of adding more bus routes as well. The 115, the 178, the 172, and the 353. So I've got a vast amount of bus routes to look at implementing. We're going to be focusing, like I say, on Croydon a lot more next episode because we've been split across 2 depots here. Even if I head into the main depot, it's going to be absolutely just busy with buses getting washed and cleaned. Obviously, I'm going to have to send buses to get repaired as well. But yeah, we've been it's been very busy, this journey. We're about to hit tomorrow. If we look over here, we're only at 52% of the coverage of our population wanting to use our buses. We need to get those numbers up before we start expanding again, because the more we can get operational now, it's good. And obviously, if we can get more buses in these areas, like I said, there's so many bus routes that are bus depots that are operational in London. Not all of them. Well, there's so many bus routes, and let's have a look at how many depots there are. It doesn't say how many depots there are, but it says how many PVRs there are, and I think a PVR is equal to a bus. Yeah. So there's apparently 7,000 buses in London, which seems large, especially since we're going to be getting close to 1,000 soon. If not, we're already at 1,000, and we're about to have another 100, and just keep on going and building out London. It's a crazy life. It's a crazy bus route, crazy buses. Don't know where you're going. You're going 600. Your depot is 500, so I'm safe to go back to my depot. Safe to have a look at the bus fleet. We've only got 2 that needs repairs. That's not bad. We'll get the brake pads while we're here as well. You need a new battery. That normally is expensive, but we've got a battery, so it's good. They're all going to get repaired and sorted between episodes. We're probably going to run through Saturday, Sunday, and I'll come bring you back on Monday in the next episode when we have more buses in Croydon. And hopefully more routes coming out of there as well. Well, more buses equals more routes, so that's the plan. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this episode, leave a like. Comment down below with any other bus routes you might think we need to add in. Like I say, I've got a load of bus routes to add to Croydon Depot. And I'm just looking for... The main area I'm looking for bus routes is this. So anywhere from Barnes through Wimbledon to Ewell, to Croydon, this vicinity, they have to be able to fit in this bus route. They have to be able to fit within the map. I'm not comfortable doing A routes anymore and stuff like that. I still have a few quote unquote A routes because I think this was one of them that it doesn't go through all the way. But yeah, I'm not going to do A routes anymore. We're just going to do as many as we can. Croydon's our next big bet, and routes around here is the plan. With all being said, thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified every time a new video goes live. And yeah, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time for the next video.